excited to be here. The first time that Campbell was back in a regional since 1990 was 2014 here in Columbia, 9 years ago. So a little bit full circle coming back here to Columbia, and first ever 2 seed in school history. So we are really, really excited to be here and get ready to go tomorrow. And guys are feeling healthy and feeling excited and feeling confident. So, fortunate to be able to put the uniform on again tomorrow and get out there and play our brand of baseball.
Raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you, John.
Coach, and if the players want to chime in too, when you say your brand of baseball, the people who are watching you for the first time, what would you describe it as? How do you want to see it envision?
Yeah, our guys will chime in too. I think we play, unafraid to crash and burn. I think is a term that we try to kind of latch onto both on the mound and on the base paths and offensively, kind of all the way around. We train and prepare very, very hard, and we want our guys to really enjoy playing the game of baseball when it's go time. And so we try to prepare them the best that we can as a coaching staff, and they work incredibly hard to go out there and play with their hair on fire and be ultra aggressive in smart ways, because they're prepared, not because we're reckless, but because we feel like the way we train and prepare is really good. So we're going to be unafraid to crash and burn. We're going to be unafraid to go out there and throw some haymakers. We're as much as we're the number 2 seed, there's still some name brand schools that are in this regional that a lot of people out there probably haven't seen the brand of baseball that Campbell is. So we're going to go out there and throw some haymakers and be unafraid to crash and burn and try to get after somebody as best we can. Guys?
I would say, we play a pressure offense, so we're going to hit some homers, we're going to steal some bases, then we're not going to be afraid to put down the short game if the pitcher's really rolling and we got to mix something up. Sometimes when a pitcher gets out there and rolling is dominating, you have to switch up the tempo of the pitcher, and that's where we use the short game and our base running to really help our offense out.
And as a staff, we talk about attacking with your best stuff, getting ahead and trusting your defense and trusting your stuff at the end of the day. And we all know we all bring a unique skill set to the table when we pitch. And so if we just kind of go out there and do what our job is and empty the tank each inning for as long as you have the ball, we know good things are going to happen for us.
Right here in front.
Coach, you just speak to your thoughts on NC State and then the depth of this regional as a whole, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Avant, Coach Hart, Coach Chrysler, those guys, man, certainly familiar. 45 minutes up the road. We've played them a bunch, in my 16 years at Campbell. They're going to be very well coached. They're going to be highly talented. They are going to be excited to be here and play after, getting maybe left out last year or feeling like they got left out last year. I know they were excited to hear their name and be ready to go and continue to play into June. So they're going to have a lot of energy and a lot of passion and a lot of talent, and we're going to have to match those things, and then we're going to have to settle in and do our best to go out there and play the way that we're capable of playing. But love those guys. That I talked to Coach Hart the other day. I said, man, I'm so happy for you guys, but man, I don't like playing our friends, and that's part of it. But when they say play ball tomorrow, it's going to be us versus the world, just like it always is. Doesn't matter if it's NC State, South Carolina, Central Connecticut State, or whomever it might be. We've got to take care of what we're good at, and if we do that, then we should have a good opportunity to be successful.
Yeah, Justin, you referenced earlier that 2014 regional when you guys came here and faced South Carolina. What do you remember about that regional and the experience you got from it? And then what do you feel like it's going to take for, a road team, you guys or one of the other 2 visiting teams, to win, in this environment?
Sure. I remember it being a great environment. We were the 4 seed that year. And it was us, Maryland, Old Dominion, and South Carolina. We had South Carolina the first night. It was a really good game. I think it finished like 5-3. We had a team that was hot, and there's 10,000 people here, whatever. And Sandstorm comes on there in the 7th or 8th inning. Man, it's an electric atmosphere. And the thing is about our guys and our program, and we're fortunate this way is we've played in some really big time environments. These guys played at Tennessee in a hostile environment last year, Mississippi State 2 years ago, South Carolina this year, Georgia 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, we've played in some big time environments, and so our guys, they enjoy that. They don't run from that. They don't shy away from it. They embrace that. They embrace those environments. And it tends to bring out the best in us. So I think anybody that's going to navigate their way through this regional has to play obviously very sound, and get some breaks along the way. But also, again, you're going to have to play with some confidence and with some aggression, because there's some really good teams in this regional, and the team that comes out on top is going to be the team that carries that confidence through the weekend.
Coach, your name has come up for jobs this year and in years past. How do you go about handling that? Has it become easier? Is it still as big of a distraction, or not a distraction at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these guys would probably have to answer that more than me. It's not a distraction to me. I'm fortunate that I get to coach studs like this. I think any time that you're around some legitimate guys. I mean, we had 2 first-rounders last year, and came back and quite honestly, we're better this year. And having really good players is a good recipe to get your name in a lot of rumors, but that's all they are. They're just rumors. People asked me the other day, they said, "What's your dream job?" I said, "I'm living it. I'm living it every single day." We talk about being nobodies from nowhere. I mean, I'm chief among them, man. Nobody knows where Hamilton, Ohio is. I don't have a baseball card with my picture or considerable bullpen catching stats on the back of it. We just love what we do. We love each other. We love playing for each other. And because these guys are so good and because they win a bunch of ball games, our staff gets mentioned in a lot of things. But, man, we are so happy with where we are and what we're building there. And it's truly a special place. And we look forward to hopefully building that for a long time into the future.
Coach, when you look at the central to eastern part of North Carolina, so many minor league teams. There's you guys. There's NC State. I mean, even the Godfather here, Ray Tanner, he's from Benson.
Yep.
So, I mean, just how well has that prepared you guys for this endeavor that you're on now right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, these guys can speak to the non-conference strength of schedule, the part of the schedule that we have a chance to control a little bit with our scheduling. I think in 2019, I think our non-conference strength of schedule was 14. In 2021, it was 13. In 2022, it was 8. This year, it's 12 or 13. So, each of the last 3 or 4 years, I mean, we've continued to challenge ourselves at the absolute highest level that we possibly can. We're fortunate to be in a state where scheduling midweek games is fun and exciting, and you're going and playing in big-time environments against really high-quality clubs. And so you feel like you're 100% prepared, or as prepared as you can be when you get into these environments. And I think our guys feed off of that, and they love that. They love those environments. It's by design for sure, and our guys embrace that and love being in those environments.
And on that same topic for the guys, just how much do those games against the ACC, SEC schools that y'all play in non-conference or in past regionals, how much does that prepare y'all for something like this?
Oh, I would say it's more about the venue than the players you're playing against. We still play against good competition when we're not playing in a midweek. It's just when you get to a big stadium like here or Chapel Hill or ECU or somewhere, you look at the stadium and then you get a little nervous for the first time. Well, since we've been doing it for 2 or 3 years, I think we step on the field now and we're confident in our ability to go on that field and win the game.
Yeah, I think playing those big environments, it kind of shows us, especially that ECU game. I mean, 2 hot teams in the country playing in a really meaningful game when it comes to regional seating and hosting and all of that. And, I mean, there's 4,800 people there screaming, know who you are, know your mom's name, know anybody in your family's name. So kind of stepping into that environment and getting comfortable there and knowing, like, as long as you just take a deep breath, play your brand of baseball, you're going to take care of what you need to take care of.
Justin, what's your philosophy as far as managing your whole pitching staff in this type of format for the whole weekend and on a game-by-game basis?
Yeah, really, it goes a little bit hand in hand, is that you can't really look towards tomorrow. Tomorrow it might rain. Tomorrow the lights might go out. Tomorrow we might not wake up, right? So we're going to try to win today, and that's something that we try to we try to remind ourselves in the dugout is let's win today. We don't need to save, whomever or whatever it is for tomorrow. And well, what happens if we don't close this game out, or what happens if we nope, like let's win this one right here, and then let's worry about tomorrow, and we'll worry about Sunday on Sunday. And so it kind of goes hand in hand. Hopefully, Big Cade will be getting the ball tomorrow, and hopefully he goes and gives us a really nice start. I have a lot of confidence in him being able to do that, and we certainly look forward to him doing that. But beyond that, man, we're going to put the best guys that match up the best against who we're going to face as often as we possibly can, and try to win one inning and 1 3-inning set at a time, and then one game at a time, and try to reset and do it all over again tomorrow.
You've been the head coach at Campbell for 9 years, but a part of this program at 16 years. Can you put into perspective and talk about what you took over a decade and a half ago and how you've built that into a top 25 team? Sure.
Yeah. I think, when we showed up on campus, Coach Greg Goff, who's now the head coach at Purdue, hired me, from a school called Ouachita Baptist University, Division II school in Arkansas. So when we showed up on campus, we were taking over a program that in 2007 had gone 11-45. We turn around and right now we're at 44-13. So, you talk about 16 years later, what it's been like. We were excited to have a field that had lights and had a metal wall and had some bricks down the sidelines, and felt like, man, we can really recruit to this place. And then, you start showing up in places like this and Chapel Hill and East Carolina and NC State and all these really nice venues across North and South Carolina and Virginia, and you think, man, we've got some things to do, and we've got some pieces to add, and we've been able to do that, and so it's been a really fun journey. It's been really fun to be around really, really good people in Bowie's Creek and have really good players that continue to believe in what we're selling every single day, and that our place is a little bit different. It's a little bit more unique than some places. You come there to find out how good of a person and how good of a player you can become. And through that process, you have a chance to be a champion. And that's what these guys have done. And that's what a lot of guys over the last 16 years have sacrificed to have that opportunity. And so, it's really fun this week. I can't tell you, we've had guys from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000 and 2010s, and 2020s all text me, right? Over the last 60 years, alumni from Campbell University baseball has texted me every decade over the last 60 years. I mean, that's pretty special, man. I don't know where that happens other places. I'm sure it does. But there wasn't people from the last 60 years texting us in 2008 when we went, 21-37 in our first year. So there's a lot of people that are very proud to say they wore the black and orange, and we're really proud to represent that every day.
I guess this for players and anyone, but just you mentioned the former players texting you, sir. What is Campbell becoming a baseball school? What is the ambience like there? What is the build up to this particular moment? I think you said it was unprecedented with the 2 seed as well. What has been the excitement level on campus, and how are you guys handling that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say people text me all the time that I guess I've seen in class and I don't really even know them. But, they'll text you or Snapchat you or something. It's really fun to see people that support us that really you'd have no clue watch us or pay attention to what we're doing.
I think it kind of adds into that everybody on campus is just grateful to have people out there like supporting the school and kind of furthering the Campbell name, the football team, the basketball team. Like, they're all excited to see us succeed and know, like, hey, we're going to bring bigger and better people, and all programs on campus are going to continue to get better and better each year.